2 years ago, I made my first AI movie, a Godzilla remake, and man, it has been a wild 2 years of evolution since that one was made. You can watch the original in the link in description just to see how far we've come.
皆さん、落ち着いてください。別のルートを探します。あれはなんだ？また原子爆弾か。
It's safe to say that today's AI video is much better. Here's what I made today with storyboard mode in Influencer Studio.
緊急警報です。直ちに避難してください。してください。
What is happening?
Yuna,
Takashi!
let's get out of here. We have to find Yoko.
Takashi! Yuna! Yoko! What is going on? Takashi! Where are you?
In storyboard mode, you can create your entire video step by step. You can either select a pre-built template and customize it to your needs or start from scratch. For this video, let's go with the start from scratch option. Let's select the recommended generation method. Next, select the YouTube video preset, set the aspect ratio to 16:9, the duration to 2 minutes, and the visual style to cinematic. Feel free to adjust these settings based on your needs. Then, enter the concept for the video you want to create. In the Assets panel, add the influencers who will appear as characters in the video, along with a product image if you have one. I don't, so I'll leave it blank. Finally, click Create and then Generate Script, and let Storyboard Mode generate the script. Storyboard Mode has generated the script for the Godzilla video based on our concept and the characters. It created 15 scenes, each with its own unique script. If you want to add more scenes, simply press the Add Scene button. If you click the pencil icon, you'll see a brief summary of the scene. Here, you can add or remove influencers, select custom elements, choose outfits for the influencers, products, and locations, and you can also delete scenes if you want. On the left panel, you'll find the influencers you added. Here, you can add more or remove existing ones. You'll also find the outfits generated for the characters. You can add more by clicking the plus icon and describing the outfit you want for a specific character. You can also remove existing outfits or make changes by simply describing what you want to modify. At the bottom, you'll find all the locations generated for the video. You can add more, remove existing ones, or make changes to them. Under Influencers, you'll find the Custom Elements panel. Here, you can add any custom character, product, or anything you want to include in the video. This is useful because you don't have to train an influencer just to add an element. You can do it directly from here by adding 3 reference images. If you click the Generate Videos button in the top right, it will generate all the scenes at once. And if you don't like the overall script, simply click Regenerate Script, and it will create a completely new one. Clicking the Edit button takes you to a detailed view. Here you can edit each segment individually, as well as add or remove segments. When you click on a character, their specific tag is added to the script. This tells Influencer Studio which character is performing the action described in the prompt. You can also adjust the shot type, camera motion, camera angle, lighting, aperture, focal length, duration, and location for each segment. You can add dialogue for any character in the scene by entering it in their specific dialogue box. If you want to regenerate the whole scene, simply click the regenerate button and it will create a completely new version. Once you're satisfied with the settings, click Generate Video and Influencer Studio will generate the scene. Now let's go ahead and create scene 1. In scene 1, I want to introduce an ongoing threat in Japan through a TV news broadcast and then have the scene cut to a close-up of Takashi's panicked face. For this, I'll use this script with 2 segments. In segment 2, I'll specify Takashi as I want him to appear in that segment. Let's go ahead and generate this scene.
緊急警報です。直ちに避難してください。してください。
I really like how it adhered to the prompt as the TV turns on, followed by a news broadcast in Japanese, and then it cuts to Takashi's panicked face just as we prompted. This is great, so let's move on to scene 2. In scene 2, I want to introduce Yoko. I want her at a train station, standing still and trying to process what's happening while people around her are running in a panic. I've prompted this for the scene, so let's go ahead and generate it. I like how the crowd looks really realistic and dense, and the shaky camera motion really helps sell the effect as well. Let's move on to scene 3. In this scene, I want to introduce Yuna. I want her to have a scared look on her face and be running as a huge explosion happens in the distance. So I'll prompt this and generate the video. I really like that it got the motion and the facial expression right. This is good, so let's move on to scene 4. I want this scene to show destruction in a train station. I want the trains to go off the tracks, and I want people running around in panic. For this, I'll use this prompt and choose a wide shot, slow push in, and a Dutch angle for a tilted camera effect. Let's generate scene 4. I actually love how this scene turned out. The camera zooming in while all the destruction and panic is happening looks amazing. It feels like something straight out of a movie. Now let's move on to scene 5. In this scene, I want to create an aerial view of the city being destroyed by a sandstorm, so I'll prompt that. I'll select extreme wide shot, handheld motion, and a bird's eye view camera angle for a drone style shot. Let's generate the scene. I love what Influencer Studio created here. The destruction looks incredibly realistic, and you can even see people running in the streets. This is awesome. Let's move on to scene 6. For this scene, I'll select this location. I want it to be flooded and destroyed by a massive wave of water, almost like a tsunami. For this scene, I will prompt this and generate the scene. The water animation and the destruction within the location are simply awesome. I love this. So let's move on to scene 7. In this scene, I wanted Takashi to exit his house and start running down an alley while people around him are panicking and running as well. So I will prompt this and generate the scene. It created exactly what I prompted, and it looks great. Let's move on to scene 8. In this scene, I want to show a building exploding, so I'll prompt this and generate the video. I really like how it created the explosion. Let's move on to scene 9. In this scene, I want to show Yuna standing helplessly, surrounded by broken buildings. Then I want Takashi to find her and tell her that they need to head out to find Yoko. To create this, I'll make 2 segments. In segment 1, I'll add dialogue in Yuna's dialogue box. And in segment 2, I'll add dialogue for both Yuna and Takashi. Now let's generate this scene.
What is happening?
Yuna,
Takashi!
let's get out of here. We have to find Yoko.
I love what Influencer Studio has generated here. You can really see the helplessness in Yuna's expression, and then Takashi enters the scene and finds her. This is great, so let's move on to scene 10. In this scene, I don't want any of our characters, so I'll make sure to unselect them all. I want to generate a scene at a train station where a crowd of people are running and panicking while an explosion happens in the background, so I'll prompt this and generate the scene. This is exactly what I had in mind. Let's move on to scene 11. In this scene, I want Yoko to run out of the train station and see all the panic and havoc around her, and then start running with a determined look. To create this scene, I'll prompt this and generate the video. This looks exactly like what I had in mind, so let's move on to scene 12. This is the reunion scene where all three of our characters finally come together. I want Yoko to call out to Takashi and Yuna, and then have them enter the scene and reunite. I'll prompt this, and in segments 1 and 3, I'll add dialogue in Yoko's dialogue box, while in segment 2, I'll add dialogue in Yuna's dialogue box. Let's generate this scene.
Takashi! Yuna! Yoko! What is going on?
I love the distressed look on Yoko's face and the relieved expressions on Takashi and Yuna's faces as they find her. I really like this. So let's move on to scene 13. In this scene, I want them to get buried in a wave of a sandstorm and then have Yoko come running out of the dust cloud and look up. For this scene, I'll prompt this and generate this scene.
Takashi! Where are you?
I like the dust animation, and I especially like the moment where she runs out of the dust cloud. It looks very cinematic. Now, let's move on to scene 14. This is the scene where I will reveal Godzilla. I want to first create a segment where Godzilla takes a step forward through a building and then reveal his full body from a lower angle. I will prompt this to create the scene and generate it. I love the ominous look and feel in this scene. It truly captures how destructive Godzilla's steps are due to his size, and how dust flies everywhere as he moves through the buildings and streets. This is amazing, so let's move on to scene 15. In this final scene, I want to create a close-up aerial shot of Godzilla. I want it to have a drone-like movement where the camera moves around it, and I want Godzilla to roar. For this scene, I will prompt this. I will choose a medium close-up shot, orbit left camera motion, and a high camera angle. Let's generate this scene. This turned out way better than I expected. The camera motion looks incredible, and the animation of Godzilla looks insanely good and ominous. I absolutely love this. And finally, the last step is that I upscaled every part using Topaz Labs. For most videos, I used the Starlight Precise 2.5 inches model, especially where I wanted the AI to fill in more detail.
緊急警報です。直ちに避難してください。緊急警報です。直ちに避難してください。
There you have it. We just made a Godzilla film in Influencer Studio in only 10 minutes using storyboard mode. See how easy it was? Try Influencer Studio today.